Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What would you say this population of people has in common? I'd say they're all pretty happy, wouldn't you? What about this group of people? These people all have vaccine-preventable diseases. I'm going to talk to you today about the importance of vaccination. I'm a microbiologist. I've been studying vaccines for a long time now, and I'm extremely passionate about the importance of vaccination. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about two things. One is what happens when we don't vaccinate, and two, what happens when we do. I know there are a lot of negative effects of vaccination. I know there are myths out there. I also know that there are some people who cannot be vaccinated. And I want you to see that by the end of this night that the importance of vaccination comes from each of us. That if we're vaccinated, we can protect those who cannot be vaccinated. So I want to begin by talking about a phenomenon called herd immunity. This exists in nature when a majority, over 90% of a population, is vaccinated against a disease. They are healthy, like these cattle. However, when vaccination rates drop, herd immunity breaks down, and disease follows. This same phenomenon exists in humans, and I'm going to explain to you three different scenarios where this happened in recent United States history. Case number one. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that in March 2011, a family from Utah traveled to Poland to pick up a child from a mission. When they returned home, one of the younger children who had not been vaccinated developed a rash. That child went to school. Soon, 6 of their peers, then later 6 others in Utah, came out with measles. Thankfully, nobody died from this epidemic. However, vaccine news data reported that the total economic cost from 13 people was over $300,000. Vaccination saves lives. Case study number 2. An article published in the journal Pediatrics reported that pertussis vaccination rates in California had been declining steadily until in 2010, whooping cough struck back. California saw the worst number of cases of whooping cough it had seen in over 60 years. That is over 9,000 cases, over 800 hospitalizations, and 10 deaths. Now I want you to imagine a little baby who got whooping cough from his mother, a brother, a cousin, a family friend, struggling to breathe with a cough that sounds like this. That sound continues until silence. That baby lies there lifeless. 10 little babies suffocated to death from pertussis. This should not happen because vaccination saves lives. Case study number 3. A large study published in the journal Vaccine reported that on average in the United States every single year, there are 24 million cases of influenza, leading to over 23,000 deaths and a total economic cost of $87.1 billion. Vaccination saves lives. So what happens when we do vaccinate? This is part of a table published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention that shows the incidence of vaccine-preventable diseases both before and after the implementation of a vaccine. The numbers are staggering. This is excellent progress. 100% reduction, 93% reduction. But this isn't good enough. We can do better because vaccination saves lives. When we don't vaccinate, herd immunity breaks down and disease follows. When we do vaccinate, lives are saved. Now, I want to finish tonight with a quote from the First Presidency that was issued in a letter in 1978, but is still valid today. We urge members of the church to protect their children through vaccination. Immunization is a simple yet vital matter. Immunization is a small price to pay to protection against these destroying diseases. Vaccination campaigns in the United States and other nations, if successful, will end much needless suffering and erase the potential threat of epidemics. Such efforts are deserving of our full support. Now I urge you, please, go spread the word. Vaccination saves lives.